As you can see, they're 14 years older is Mayo Sultama. Height-wise, pretty similar, and that record discrepancy definitely stands out. But until then, the only Welshman I want to MC a fight, of course, it's one and only Ricky Wright. You're a pound for pound. Whoa! Quick jumping knee there from Millie Eriksson.
Right after the glove touch. Glove touch to a jumping knee. Devastating combo.
Eriksson, a very dangerous fighter in the Thai clinch, that's for sure. So now that she's been in Thailand training at Bangtao, I'm sure she's even more dangerous in that position.
Patient striking here from Eriksson.
Which is definitely going to serve her well against somebody as grizzled and hardened as Sultama. Wow, that jab is really connecting for Millie Eriksson.
Great footwork as well. Suotama moving forward. I believe that if Suotama can press Eriksson further back against the cage, that's where it's going to get dangerous, because she has those great body locks up against the cage. But right now, this is Eriksson's range right here.
Absolutely.
Picking her shots. Nice angle out, I like that.
Yeah, the way she's moving, I mean, that's a little Volkanovski-esque,
yeah.
right?
She's looking kind of like a boxer sparring right now.
Yeah. You can really feel the confidence in Millie Eriksson.
Already leaving a couple of marks here on Suotama's face.
Yeah. And it makes sense, there we saw an inside leg kick, but it makes sense that Eriksson is going to be a little bit more conservative with the kicks and not want to risk them getting caught.
Crowd really behind Eriksson here.
Yep.
Nice right hand over the top.
So far, kind of feels like Sultama has been lured into Eriksson's game right now.
Yeah.
And now she's starting to add a little bit more punches to her combinations, not so much just one-on-one. And that lead hook is certainly finding its mark as well. Whew.
Sure. Now she's picking her apart here. I would like to see her mix it up to the body as well.
Yeah. Sultama did have a 6-year layoff between 2011 and 2017. She said she felt she wasn't really getting anywhere and that she was a little bit too controlling in her own way of handling a fight. Her manager convinced her to come back, and she's still active today. Nice right hand there for Eriksson.
A lot of blood, like Millie is painting a canvas here.
That's a takedown attempt. Eriksson remains upright.
A lot of blood.
And that makes it hard to continue fighting with the same ease as you might have had before. Kind of have to breathe through your mouth. That makes your chin a little bit more hittable. Well, it wouldn't be an FCR event without a particularly bloody moment, right?
No, for sure. However, this is good for Suotama, but she's not really doing anything, but she's not taking damage at least.
Yeah.
Closing the distance.
Nice knees from both fighters. And it looks like for the first time in 3 fights, we will see a second round. And as mentioned, Millie Eriksson, she did make her amateur MMA debut, FCR 3 against Jenny Raff.
Covered in her opponent's blood. Here is Millie Eriksson.
Yep.
It's going to make for some great images.
Oh, I can just imagine the Instagram tomorrow. Well, welcome to the pro leagues, Millie Eriksson. I'm sure she wouldn't want it any other way than with blood and guts.
You can see cameramen slipping on the canvas. Oh, Eriksson is painting a picture in there tonight.
Yeah, a crimson picture.
With that jab, exactly.
In your opinion, what does Mario Sultama need to do now heading into the second round? Because at boxing range, it's just not working for her.
No, it's not. And she needs to enter that range with some level changes. And she doesn't need to shoot. She just needs to level change and feint the takedown, come up with the right hand. She has a good overhand, but don't stand at range looking at Millie. Millie is way too fast, way too rangy, way too accurate. There's a lot of things that can go better for her now. But if it continues the way it did in the first round, it's going to be a tough night for Sultama.
Yeah, definitely. A Mountain Mama has been in there with some of the best.
Yeah, she is bending at the knees now and coming in towards the body. I believe that that's what the coaches told her. Don't just stand at range and playing your opponent's game. Nice stutter step by Eriksson.
She just looks
very
so
polished.
crisp.
Yeah, very polished.
Crisp like a packet of Lay's.
She's adapting to the 5-minute round as well. That's, one of the
Yeah.
biggest differences coming up to the pros.
Eriksson turned 24 just 3 weeks ago. I'm sure she didn't really get to celebrate the way that she wanted to. Things keep on going this way. She might tonight.
Fun fact as well, this should be coming out of your mouth, by the way, because you're the king of research. But however, Millie told me that her father actually had her when he was only 17.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sultama putting on that pressure, but just not finding the success with the striking. I bet she was looking to level change there.
Yeah, which is good, but I mean, now we're in that kind of territory where she needs to dive for those legs now, because this is not going the way it should for her.
And that was a shotgun blast to the right hand, but she just ate.
Frame there by Millie. Eriksson with the tie clinch, however, yeah, right there with the tie clinch in that spot, she would just kind of keep her closer to herself and like suck her in, which is not what you want to do. Like, she wants to frame off, and that's exactly what her coach Jürgen Hambe is saying as well. She wants that forearm, he wants that forearm in Millie's opponent's face, pushing her away.
Oh, she almost snuck out.
This is like something that Västerås Fight Club fighters are used to, like having to be pushed up against the cage. Ooh. Nice, I like that. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, Sultama didn't like that.
Oh my goodness, the blood is really pouring down. It might be hot and dry outside, but it's wet and slippery inside the cage.
Eriksson is looking great. I would like to see her mix it up to the body and legs as well. Some, harder outside leg kicks maybe.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for that outside low kick. She's thrown a couple insides, which would be nice, but it'd be nice perhaps capping off a combination with an outside leg kick. There's a takedown. This is a better entry for Sultama.
Sure.
Just a minute and a half left in the second round, though. Oh, Oh, she's giving up her back.
Good work here. You can never count out the Finns. Never.
Tough as nails is what they are. But Eriksson's takedown defense holding up. And honestly, it's harder to get the takedown when your nose is just leaking blood as well. Like you maybe put your face up against your opponent and you can't really breathe properly. It's a dicey situation for sure. Eriksson, interestingly enough, while she's cutting weight, she really enjoys watching cooking shows. Oh! Diving down.
Yeah, diving towards the legs. Another great round by Eriksson. Suotama, not to be counted out, managed to get a better entry, as you mentioned. However, not really, coming into the fight. And now her eye is swollen up shut as well, that left eye. You can see that from where I'm sitting. You'll be seeing it soon here on the screen, I believe.
And despite being covered in blood, Eriksson looks calm, cool, and yeah, there we see.
There's a wilt on the right eye, but there's an even bigger one on the left eye, under the left eye.
Yikes.
Yeah. Can't see that right now, though. But yeah, that's nose shut and eyes swollen. It's a tough one.
Yeah, there we saw her dive for the leg, but didn't really bring her much success. We'll go third and final round here between Millie Eriksson and Mayu Sultama.
She's switching to southpaw here, just for a second.
I mean, I like that idea of like giving your opponent something completely new to work with.
Yeah. However, can't circle too close to the cage. That's when this happens.
Yeah. I really think Eriksson should abandon that tight clinch. It's not really serving her defensively.
No. But I did like that frame to a knee that she did earlier. That was really nice.
Great takedown defense here from Eriksson. Just Sultama really having to expend a lot of energy in this one.
Oh, nice, nice.
Whenever Eriksson gets the opportunity to punish, she will.
Yeah. Yeah, she's very damage-oriented, you can tell.
Over under here. We just heard Västerås head coach Jürgen Hambe say no wrestling.
Nice breaks away. Nice work from Eriksson.
Yeah, I can see that left eye. Oh!
Nice one.
That left eye is close to closing out by the look.
Flyweights, beware. Millie Eriksson is coming on the pro scene here. Really, really making a stamp.
Yeah, definitely. This is about as good of a debut performance as one could have asked for.
She's listening to her coaches as well. They called for an elbow, and she tried to land it instantly.
And Eriksson is very... Oh, there's a takedown attempt from Sultama. Short knees,
Nice.
both fighters.
Nice flexibility in the hips.
But yeah, Eriksson very close with Cecilia Bolander, one of the best female fighters to come out of Norway right now. So a very strong Nordic alliance between those two fighters. However, Bolander has gone on record to say that her biggest issue is finding opponents, and Eriksson might be dealing with that issue as well after this fight.
Yeah, Suotama not doing much except not getting hit in these positions. Has yet to land anything of significance, really.
Yeah. And that's, you know, because she hasn't been able to get it to where she is at strongest, which is at the match. She is a BJJ black belt, golden ADCC Finnish nationals for 6 years straight. So, I mean, she knows a thing or two on the ground, but she just can't get the fight there. Oh, nice knee. Oh, wow. Could just be the beginning of the end here.
15 seconds left to work.
Eriksson could potentially just completely unload here. Wow, welcome to the Pro Leagues, Millie Eriksson, and flyweights beware.
Over to Ricky Wright with the final decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. All three have the bout 30 to 27. For your winner by unanimous decision, the journey starts now. Millie Eriksson!
All right, I'm here with your winner, and now 1-0 as a pro. How does that sound, Millie?
Oh, I don't know. It sounds really good. Oh, I have so much to say, but just emotional right now.
Hey, we got plenty of time, and you say whatever you want to say, and you don't say whatever you don't. So you're a Västerås fighter, and I'm sure there's no other way that you would want to enter the pro leagues and covered with your opponent's blood, right?
It was perfect. It was perfect, but I wish I used my elbows more and knees to the head, but I feel like, okay, now I've done my first pro fight, and I'm ready for whatever after this. It's only gonna be better.
And you fought an opponent who made her pro debut when you were 10 years old. She has fought the likes of former UFC champion Misha Tate, Hanna Selén, Lucia Pudilova. She's fought the best of the best, but you completely bulldozed her. This has got to be one of the best wins in your career, and that's taking into consideration that you have a world silver medal and a World Cup gold.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's all crazy. I'm sorry. I don't have much to say, but I have a lot to say. But thank you, everyone, and especially thank you to my coaches and sponsors. I love you guys, and everyone here is watching me. I love you guys. Thank you.
Let's hear it for your winner, Västerås' own Millie Eriksson!
Yeah, and just listen to the support here in the ABB Arena for Millie Eriksson. Like Ricky Wright said, the journey starts now, and what a journey it's going to be. She had a masterclass performance in there tonight, really painted a picture, and one of the guys actually wiping the mat had a look at me and said, yep, it was she painted a picture all right. Yeah, we're going to get this mat cleaned up and ready for our final bout of our preliminary cards.
Whew, and what a preliminary card it's been, and what a bout that awaits us as well.
Yes, the returning Theodor Berggren against Christian Tuniste.
So looks can be deceiving, and so can records. You might look at Christian Tuniste and see a 1-0 pro record and think that he might be outmatched in the experience department against Theodor Berggren, but that is where you would be wrong. He is one of the most best credentialed fighters to ever come out of the Estonian national MMA team. Bronze in the 2015 Continental Judo Cup, fourth in the 2018 World Cup in Judo, 2022 IMAF bronze medalist and bronze world medalist, and 2022 European silver medalist. And he lost the finals to Spain's David Hervias, who is a two-time world champion. And keep that name on your mind, David Hervias. He is going places, and he couldn't finish Christian Tuniste, unlike pretty much everybody else that Hervias has faced. So this is definitely a dangerous guy with a deceptive record.
For sure. Tuniste is a physical specimen as well. He is very, very big for the welterweight division. He won his pro debut via round 2 guillotine back in March. Now only 3 months later, coming up here against his toughest opponent to date, because Theodor Berggren has looked really, really good as of late. When I studied tape on Tuniste, I noticed that I was very impressed by his skills and his calmness and composure. He had amazing control on the ground while landing strikes. He's a powerful southpaw. I think it's going to be power against power here tonight against Theodor Berggren. Both of them like to stand on the outside and then just crash into their opponents. I wonder who's going to be physically bigger in there as well, because I know actually that Theodor Berggren said yes to a middleweight fight tonight that didn't come to fruition. So he was ready to fight in the weight class up, but now at his natural weight class against a very, very big man here in Tuniste.
Yeah, I mean, how about the traps on Tuniste?
Yeah, he's about to fly away.
Yeah, it looks like they're in biceps.
Simba.
Well, I say be prepared, and can you feel the violence tonight? Because that is definitely what Theodor Simba Berggren brings with him. He was a rowdy teenager, to say the least, and one time he got arrested, but then eventually he saw Alexander Gustafsson on TV, and his mom actually suggested to him, hey, how about trying MMA? And he said, no, I like to lift weights and smoke cigarettes and drink beer. But he tried it out once, fell in love, and has never looked back. So we are very happy that he left cigs and beers behind him, and that the cage is what awaits him, because Berggren is one of the most exciting prospects we have in Sweden right now, regardless of weight class.
Yes, and in his corner he has his younger brother, as well as Fernando Flores, a true veteran in the Swedish fight game, who we've seen here many times at FCR. Berggren is coming off 2 round 1 finishes at the most recent Battle of Botnia events. Young, powerful welterweight who does not discriminate. And what I mean by that is he doesn't mind finishing you off standing or on the ground. He suffered defeat against Christian Stigenberg 2 years ago here at FCR. Christian Stigenberg, one of the toughest opponents that you can face in the welterweight division in Sweden. That was a little bit too early for him, but it also says a lot about his mindset. It says a lot about that he's not scared to fight anyone. He's still very, very young. And yeah, this is going to be his toughest opponent since that fight against Stigenberg.
Yeah, I completely agree. And let's check out the tail of the tape as we have both fighters inside the cage. And we see there, Tunista is slightly older, but he has spent more years in the amateur leagues. They're pretty similar in terms of height, and then the record stands out. But then keep in mind those amateur fights. But until then, he can sing, he dance, he owns the night. Let's hear it from Mr. Ricky Wright.
Live from Västerås, Sweden, Fight Club Rush presents 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, his record 1 win and no defeats. Weighing in at 77 kilograms from Estonia, Christian Toniste. And his opponent in the red corner with a record of 4 wins and 1 defeat. Weighing in at 77.6 kilograms, fighting out of Sweden, Theodor Simba Berggren. Your referee in charge of the action, Dan Eklund.
Dan the Man Eklund in charge of his welterweight contest between Christian Toniste in the blue corner and Theodor Berggren in the red. And Berggren's 4 victories have a combined fight time of just over 5 minutes, which is crazy. In fact, he's never gone past 2 minutes in any of his FCR wins. And that pressure paramount once again.
Always moves forward like this. Doesn't matter who he's facing, he's trying to walk them down always.
I mean, he fights like his opponents owe him money.
Yeah. And that he's got somewhere to be as well.
Yeah. And should Berggren get his opponent to the mats, it can be a short night for him, but very disengaged. Channeling his inner Neo with that duck back.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Oh.
Nice, quick sprawl.
The reflexes on Berggren are really something else.
Very athletically gifted young man.
Oh, hip toss attempt there from the judo specialist, Toniste.
One would imagine that Toniste has fought all kinds of opponents, you know, with that IMAF record.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, in fact, his World Cup run was very impressive, which included victories over the likes of Jonas Grace of New Zealand and Vahid Timirbiev of Kazakhstan. 2 very impressive victories. And many others as well, of course. Oh, that is unfortunate. And it looks like Berggren is ready to go.
All right, and we're back in action.
Simultaneous kicks there. And another one from Berggren.
Nice leg kick from Toniste. Oh, what a shot and what a sprawl.
Yeah, those were equally impressive.
That was like a dance move.
And now, Toniste in the turtle. That's not where he wants to be against someone like Berggren.
Very nice. Oof. Berggren is nasty. He's really cranking it right over the face. This might be it, folks. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Theodor Berggren with another first-round win.
This guy is just allergic to the judges, and I guess allergic to the second round. He can't even make it there.
What a showing. I mean, that wasn't even that big of a spot to be in, but he made it such a dangerous spot. Like, he dragged him down, got both hooks in. The neck was protected, but he said, hey, F that. I'm just going to go right over the chin, right over the head, and that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
And what a true sportsman as well, giving respect to his opponent.
Yeah, that was quite the showing. And again, in the first round, adding 3 minutes to that combined 5 minutes that he has. So let's hand it over to Ricky right here to announce the action.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Eklund calls stop the action at 2 minutes and 35 seconds of round number 1. For your winner by rear naked choke, Petr Simba Berggren.
All right, I'm here with your winner, a guy who's allergic to the second round because in all 5 of your wins, you've never been there. Once again, a masterclass performance from Simba. How you feeling, buddy?
I feel great, dude. I heard you was talking on the podcast that this guy can take me to the second round. Hell no. You did not. You did not.
No, I mean, he had all the credentials for it, though. I mean, this is the best credentialed fighter you've ever faced. A world bronze medalist, a European silver medalist in amateur MMA. He's got 3 times the amateur fights that you do, but that didn't seem to matter.
No, we're from the north, dude. We fucking crush. We crush.
Hey, the North remembers and the North delivers. So in 5 wins, you've spent just over 7 minutes inside the cage. What is the secret to that success?
I don't, hard work, always training, no days off. It's just hard work. It ain't hard. Just do the work.
Well, you have definitely done the work, that is for sure. And you were coming off of an injury that kept you outside of a cage for a long time. How good did it feel to finally step into this cage once again after dealing with those injuries?
Hey, I've said I'm back. I'm gonna kill the whole welterweight division. Just come.
And there is no current welterweight champion in FCR, but I don't know who could have a stronger case than you. Is that something that you're interested in?
I don't give a fuck. I just want to fight. Give me a fight.
Spoken like a true Northerner. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your winner. Simba is back. It's Theodor Berggren.
What a win for Theodor Berggren. Another first round finish. We will be taking a look at the replays here as Ricky Wright's going to tell the audience, when we will be back. All right, so we're going to take a look at the replays here from our preliminary card. And as we saw, Bayad Damarkani get a great win as he finished his opponent off with those heavy strikes and that left hook to the body before. That is not what we're looking at right now, though, but that was definitely the highlight of the fight. I believe we will be going through the preliminary card and have a look at what we just saw.
Yeah, that was a great first round TKO to start off the main card, that is for sure.
I believe that Ricky Wright might have a message for the fans. And he was told to wait.
That is a very frustrating thing for sure.
So,
here we see some of those replays.
yeah, what a fight, what a brawl. And here we see that finishing sequence that I mentioned earlier. Yep, that left hook to the body.
That was it.
Such nice torque as well. A lot of power behind that. And then we moved on to William Svärd, who put on a true masterclass on Randy Fungula.
I mean, if you did not know his name before, you certainly do now. That was such... I've never seen anybody dominate Randy Fungula that way.
And on the ground as well.
And he was apologetic for the performance. I can understand him wanting to get a little bit more in, but yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of dominant performances, here's Sebastian Ketty dominating Abdurrahman Amaev, who was, I believe, very frustrated after the fight. With the result and not getting to stand up. And here, the strongest man in Sweden taking on Aldin Reis. It was a frantic pace that we saw, but here, taking some punishment, tapping out to strikes there. I believe he suffered some kind of injury as well. His body has been through a lot. Those ligaments are pretty torn.
Yeah.
And here, Tobias Söderberg got dropped in the first round, but then managed to turn the tide.
Yeah, I mean, a testament to the power that Anderson brings, but also a testament to that lion heart that Soderbergh brings with him inside the cage. Some ruthless ground and pound brings him back to the win column. Very, very impressive stuff right there.
Near Brima Fall, he was hard to take down in the beginning, but Niebrizidovski managed to get his man to the ground and sink in that rear naked choke.
Yeah, there you have it. There was the tap, and a return to the win column there for Artur Niebrizidovski.
And here, Mille Eriksson.
I mean, what a fight. What a performance. And, I mean, it's actually kind of refreshing to see her get a little bit emotional afterwards and allow herself to embrace that after remaining so cool and deadly inside the cage.
And when she entered, she really took in the moment. When she won, she really took in the moment. It's good to see her really enjoying this. What a fight. And, man, what a statement here by Berggren.
Oh, yeah.
Looked better than ever, so sharp, so like athletic, that sprawl, and wow, look at the torque on that rear naked choke right over the face.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the neck right there. That is just right over the eyes almost.
He Alexa Grasso'd.
Yeah, for sure. So that was our preliminary card. We will be moving on to our Fight Pass main card at 6:30, and that card is the most stacked one that we've ever seen.
Oh, by far, by far. I mean, the top 4 fights really could each have been a main event. Just a fantastic fight card. And that's even considering the fact that there have been a couple drop-offs as well.
Yeah, for sure. So stick around and see that. We will be back at 6:30. See you then.